everyone, it's Clarice and today is Saturday, so it's time for another Saturday Reads wherein I tell you the books that I recently read, what I'm currently reading, and what I plan to read in the next week. This week has been great reading-wise. In the last 7 days, I have finished reading 4 books. The first book I finished reading this week, I finished last Sunday, and that book is Fluke by Christopher Moore. I'll probably put up a full review for this book later in the week, but basically, it's pretty weird. And for the most part, I liked it. It was definitely pretty funny at parts, though overall, I wasn't blown away by it by any means. I think this book would mainly be classified as humor, though there were definitely parts in it where it got more into sci-fi, which I didn't expect at all, and those parts were the ones that I enjoyed the most. But again, as a whole, it was just okay, which isn't a bad thing. Last week, I started and finished my very first audiobook ever, which is Fuzzy Nation, and I loved it, so I thought this week, why not listen to another audiobook? And that audiobook was Spell or High Water, the second book in the Magic 2.0 series by Scott Meyer, narrated by Luke Daniels. I read the first book in this series, Off to Be the Wizard, a couple of months ago, I think, and I really enjoyed it. It was really fun and really imaginative and really geeky. And the second book did not disappoint. It was all the things I loved in the first book of the series. Again, I'll probably put up a full review for this later this week just because I did that with the first book, so might as well do it with the second book. The remaining 2 books that I finished this week were both from the same series, and those books were The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and The Restaurant at the End of the Universe, both from this series by Douglas Adams. This copy I have actually contains all 5 books in the series. Right now I'm done with the first 2 and it's really good. I'll probably put up a review when I'm done with everything because I don't feel like the individual books are particularly distinct in this series. I'm just kind of reading it as an entire series. So I won't go into too much detail about my thoughts on this, but generally, it's so absurd. It's probably one of the weirdest books I've read, but because of how absurd it is, it somehow all makes sense. And at the same time, even though it's really weird, it's also really profound at times. It's so quotable and funny, and I love it when things are funny and weird, but somehow are still weirdly deep, and this book has a lot of those moments. I'm not actually currently reading anything because I finished The Restaurant at the End of the Universe a couple of hours ago, right before eating lunch, and so I'm actually currently between books. So let's just move on to the books that I plan to read next week. First of those books is the third and final book in the Magic 2.0 series by Scott Meyer, which I hope to also listen to on audiobook because I really like the narrator. He does really good voices. Some people might find him annoying if you don't like your narrators and your audiobooks doing different voices. Maybe you'll find it annoying, but I enjoyed the voices. And aside from that, I also hope to possibly read all of, or at least as much as I can, of the remaining 3 books in the Hitchhiker's Guide series because I'm really enjoying it, and I think I'm just gonna end up flying through the rest of this series. So those are the books that I read last week and plan to read next week. What are you currently reading, or what have you recently read? Please leave it in the comments. I would love to know. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!